All right, Elon Musk versus Anonymous has been really interesting. So I'm going to give you an update on what's going on, what happened, kind of news, if this is the real Anonymous. I've done some background checking. I've looked into some of the allegations that Anonymous has been saying about Elon, and I've, to be honest, tried to take away some of my previous biases because I realized I came at this with obvious biases in favor of Elon when, we gotta approach things like, hey, we don't know what is really going on and we have to take things with our own research, not just kind of go with what we believe at first glance. So that's what I'm trying to do in this video. So here's where we're at. Anonymous made this video from this YouTube account, and we don't know if this is the actual Anonymous. This is from a smaller YouTube account, basically calling out Elon, some serious allegations, and basically crowning him as this supervillain who supports child labor and has, basically crushed Bitcoin and decimated people's accounts because he's actually trying to get government subsidies, and he's manipulating markets, and he took out the real geniuses at Tesla, and he's done all these things selfishly with the intent of malevolence. So one thing to notice here, of course, this is not the main account. So this account right here has 176,000 subscribers. And if we look at that, it's only got 3 videos in here. If we click on the About section, we can see when they joined, December 24th, 2015, right? This is not the same account that has been known as the official account, which has the same background, same branding at 3.5 million subscribers, which is the official count, started a bit earlier. However, if we look at Twitter and some different accounts, we're going to kind of see who supports this in terms of the Anonymous branding. Now, in terms of credibility, this Anonymous, who we think is the official Anonymous, has hacked organizations, government agencies against human rights violations. And we found out on Twitter that there's a lot of different kind of communities in Anonymous. So it's a decentralized hacking group. And here's the thing, the most popular Twitter account with 6.7 million followers has already denied being part of the video. When asked if they could confirm that the video was by them, they said, nope, it's not us. And they thought it was the BSC Anonymous account that opposes the malevolence that is rife in the space of cryptocurrency, also denies any involvement. So it's not them either. However, your Anon Central, with an account of 5.9 million followers, actually is claiming some affiliation, at least, with this video because they posted it on their blog saying the hacker group Anonymous has released a new video challenging the infamous billionaire Elon Musk after he crashed Bitcoin stocks, which is kind of a strange thing to say, Bitcoin stocks. So that's not exactly super credible to me either at this point. Crash the Bitcoin stocks. Yeah, I just wanted to check if that's what they really wrote. Anyway, that's what this blog wrote. It is a monetizable blog that has donations, a shop, all of that. So how much is this the same group that has successfully hacked different human rights violators? We don't know. And we probably will never know. In response to this, Elon tweeted out, "Don't kill what you hate, save what you love." Now, at first I thought this was basically Elon talking to himself, right? Kind of telling himself, you know what, focus in on what you love doing. Later he does tweets about different rocket landings, his Model S Plaid that is getting unveiled. And that's what I thought this was. However, this response could be external. It could be, instead of internal about him, it could be external about Anonymous. So shout out to Next Up Level Up, who said, hey, I think don't kill what you hate, save what you love. I think he's talking to Anonymous. I think he's saying focus on making crypto better instead of trying to come after him. He's doing what he has to accomplish his goals. So maybe this is Elon saying, hey, Anonymous, focus on what you guys want to rather than me tweeting. Now, before I get into any further in terms of analysis and going into the Elon Musk allegations and if they have any merit to them, I want to say, please subscribe if you're interested in staying up to date with this Anonymous and Elon Musk feud. Consider subbing. Also, subscribe if you're interested in growing your wealth, because that's the primary point of this channel. It's investment videos, and I try to share my portfolio in transparency. So definitely go ahead and check that out if you're interested in actual wealth, not just Tesla, not just Bitcoin, but actual building of wealth with a well diversified, but also highly compound profitable investment portfolio. All right, so go check that out. Try to throw in some words there. So now we're at the aftermath, and it's really, really polarizing. If you saw, my like-dislike is terrible. I'm even trying to like this to improve my like-dislike ratio here. And I think it's because I came at this as an Elon Musk fanboy. Elon has helped me generate hundreds of thousands in profits with Tesla stock. I believe in the company long term, thinking 5 to 10 years, I probably will not be selling any stock. But I did want to do some serious digging as to, do these allegations actually have any merit? And we have the team behind Elon, but we have also a super team behind Anonymous. So let's break down the terrible things Anonymous has said and try to dig into the validity of them and I'm not going to try to give you as biased of an approach as I did in my last video. I'm just going to try to lay it down with what I've learned, and I think you might find it interesting. So give this a like if you do. All right, so the first thing is the child labor. I think this is a friggin' terrible thing, and Tesla may have some child labor practices going on. Now, this doesn't mean it's Tesla employing child labor companies, but there is a middleman kind of situation in the Democratic Republic of Congo when it comes to mining cobalt, where there are some mines owned by some kind of independent companies that sell, and then there's these middlemen that kind of mix up where that cobalt is coming from. So this is not good. It's all about sourcing cobalt, and there's a good percentage that actually have to do or that are child labor related. As many as 35,000 of the DRC's 255,000 artisanal cobalt miners are children. So that's not good. So what is going on? Well, Tesla actually released a letter in 2019 talking about how they're trying to overcome this. This is in their impact report letter that they do about the environment and the overall impact. And in order to increase the transparency of our cobalt supply chain, we are using Responsible Minerals Initiative's cobalt reporting template, because Tesla recognizes the higher risk of human rights issues with cobalt supply chains, particularly for child labor in the DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo. So they are calling this out for years, and they're actually trying to make steps to improve it. But it does seem like companies, this is kind of any company with cobalt in it. So there was a lawsuit filed against Apple, Alphabet, which is Google, Dell, and Microsoft, by an international human rights group that alleges that these companies make their products with cobalt mined by young children. And Tesla actually started working with a Chinese battery company to try to develop batteries that use little to no cobalt. So they seem to be kind of trying to take the initiative with that. And they are working towards a non-cobalt battery cell. So Tesla's main product isn't cars, it's subsidies. Let's talk about this as the second big issue that Anonymous talks about. And basically this is the idea that, Tesla would not be around without these subsidies. And I gotta say, probably true. I don't know if Tesla would be around without these subsidies. And there's a lot of people that probably believe that. Without subsidies, there would be no Tesla. The idea of government subsidies is to help a company that maybe has a greater good for the community that wouldn't be able to get off the ground without that help. There's a thing called economies of scale, where products don't become affordable enough to be profitable and sustainable unless they reach a certain volume of manufacturing. And of course, that's kind of like a catch-22. You can't have that manufacturing quantity until you're actually building the production capacity for that, and you're going to go out of business by trying to basically go in business. So there is room for certain kinds of subsidies, but Tesla's often hated on because of their subsidies. There's a couple of different categories of subsidies, so a lot of people mix this up. There's ZEV credits, zero emission vehicle credits. There's non-ZEV credits. These could be other kinds of credits for certain kinds of initiatives, like, hey, build in Nevada for your new factory, things like that. US federal income tax credits, these are to the actual customer, and these phased out because Tesla hit the max capacity of these. Only Tesla and GM were able to do this, but now this is phased out. This was a tax credit that goes to the customer. But here's the thing, right? If there is this tax credit that goes to the customer, it's technically the customer saving $7,500. So what does Tesla do? Well, since there's no major competition, they can rise their prices by maybe up to $7,500 and absorb that value. So that is something that maybe Tesla is getting anyway. But the biggest thing that Tesla is getting when you look at the profitability of Tesla, it's the zero emission credits that it basically sells to other companies that aren't hitting their regulatory requirements. So a big car company like Fiat could buy hundreds of millions of dollars worth of these credits just to satisfy their regulations for having a zero emission vehicle credits because they don't produce enough zero emission vehicle cars or vehicles. So this is one big thing. And there's a lot of harsh stuff on its subsidies. And you'll see over and over again, not even Elon Musk thinks subsidizing electric vehicles is good public policy. So I read this headline and I've seen Elon say how important it is to subsidize electric vehicles because they're not going to be able to reach that economy of scale to actually create a sustainable future. And so I started getting interested. Okay, this is Forbes, right? Forbes is kind of credible, but people can kind of just write for Forbes, submit for Forbes. And this is Dan Eberhard. And I kind of looked here and like, this is really out of context because I've seen Elon talking about how important electric vehicle subsidies are, and it's great for Tesla, so why would he say that? And I look here, and Dan Eberhard is the CEO of Canary LLC. And if we go and Google Canary LLC is actually a comprehensive oil field service. So they do drilling and production to oil and gas companies throughout the USA. So definitely not fans of sustainable, renewable energy. So that's interesting. And then I kind of went to the last one here. Tesla's main product isn't cars, it's subsidies. And they release all the info on subsidies and the numbers, and they're not false as far as I can find. And then I go down here, and we always want to care about the actual origin of any story. And at the time of the publication, Wallman, which is the writer of this, was short Tesla. And what being short Tesla means is he'll make money if Tesla stock goes down. So that's something I wanted to point out because a lot of these kinds of numbers and things like that can be cherry picked. Now, there are lots of Tesla subsidies, I'll give you that much. But the thing is, you also kind of need to see how much subsidies are in comparison, right? If you see hundreds of millions of dollars, you're like, oh my God, that's ridiculous. But you got to kind of look at like what is typical or what's happening with the other guys. So Tesla's received about $0.4 billion in federal loans and bailout support via this Advanced Technology Vehicles Manufacturing Loan Program. But this is a loan. So they actually paid this in full with full interest almost a decade early. And so if we look at other stuff, here it says, while Tesla did receive a lot of aid from taxpayers, Tesla technically paid us back since they paid back the loan. But there are other things that aren't loans, like true subsidies. So we have $2.4 billion across 109 awards. That's 82 federal grants and tax credits and 27 state and local awards. Okay, so remember that, $2.4 billion. And the idea of a subsidy is kind of like the government's way of investing in a company. Sure, that's a little bit of a stretch, but it's for a greater good. In this case, is trying to move us over to a more sustainable form of not as polluting transportation, right? It could still be polluting. Not all electricity is sustainably sourced, but it's moving the right step forward because it could be, right? There's no way to sustainably source oil. But let's look at other guys. So Ford borrowed $5.9 billion under that same loan program, and Ford still hasn't paid that back. Okay, so like, oh wow, that's kind of crazy. Now let's look at this. As of today, Ford has had a total of at least $33 billion in subsidies awarded. 33 billion. Guys, we're comparing that to 2.4 billion. So that's interesting. Okay, Nissan borrowed 1.4 billion and still hasn't paid it back. Okay, so Tesla has. Nissan's total subsidy value is 2 billion. Fisker borrowed 500 million and then went bankrupt, so we won't get that money back. GM and Chrysler went into bankruptcy, had to be rescued. GM's total subsidy value is 50 billion, 50 billion. Fiat Chrysler's is 17 billion. Those are insane numbers. So yeah, we are helping Tesla, but it looks like they are actually getting the least amount of subsidies than any other manufacturer in the US. I do want to point out though that Tesla has gotten the most from the $7,500 tax credit. Now there's actually a bill that might pass pretty soon offering another $7,500 tax credit to Tesla without a cap, or with a cap that's raised much higher because Tesla has now hit that cap of production. And they might do another $2,500 for a car built in the USA. That is a subsidy, right? An extra $2,500. So a Tesla could be $10,000 off. But remember, there are good things that happen to subsidies too, right? If Tesla didn't exist, let's remember how many tens of thousands of people would not be employed, right? What kind of economic effect would that do? Pollution and environmental stuff aside, subsidies do help actual people. So that could be a max of $10,000. There could be another subsidy of $2,500. Tesla would not benefit from that one. That subsidy would be from labor union workers, which Tesla doesn't have a labor union. There's some stuff on Elon kind of being a little threatening to labor unions as well. That is something that's not cool that I noticed in a tweet that we might dive in later on. But now let's go into the third major kind of allegation that Anonymous had, which is Elon Musk stealing Tesla. So Elon Musk is someone who is an opportunist who comes in, tries to find the value, and honestly, maybe ruthlessly will do whatever he can to maximize that. So a little brief history of Tesla here. So Tesla is a company founded in 2003, not by Elon. Okay, so it was founded by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning. Some good names right there. And basically, they formed to develop an electric sports car. That was their vision. Eberhard was the CEO. Tarpenning was the CFO. And Elon was basically the investor. So Elon led pretty much the investment round. The first investment, I think, was around 6 million, something like that, where he basically was responsible for like 90% of that investment. He contributed more than 30 million to the new venture. He served as chairman beginning in 2004. And in 2008, it released the first sports car, the Roadster, and then that's when things kind of really took off. But here's the thing, there's some drama about this whole thing. Musk invested money into Tesla, and that kind of got him his spot. And basically, Musk said there's a lot of drama around naming a CEO, and then the other owners, Eberhard and Wright, said, hey, that's not how it was. I was always the CEO. But here's the thing, they kind of had some disagreements, and whatever the case, Wright left Tesla in 2004, and between 2004 and 2007, they worked on this Roadster, which is the original Roadster. And Elon didn't really want to be a CEO at this time. He was not happy about how Eberhard, the CEO, did, so he did have to fire him. It was pretty bad. Tesla had no choice, he says. But then Eberhard told CNBC that, the way Elon's saying it went down did not, and Eberhard actually sued Musk and Tesla in 2009 for libel and slander, alleging he was forced out of the company. And later he dropped the lawsuit. So he didn't go through with the lawsuit. Who knows what happened? But it doesn't look like there was a payoff. It looks like it was just dropped. From what we can see, who knows, right? What was actually going on in the background. But Elon said that Tesla survived not because of Eberhard, but in spite of him. So definitely didn't think he was a good CEO, and Elon didn't want to be a CEO. So he actually tried to hire some different CEOs, and eventually he just kind of took the role himself. So did he steal Tesla from these owners? It looks like he definitely, invested, and they were really happy he invested, and then he kind of just over time kind of assumed the role as CEO and maybe pushed out the others. So there might be some validity there, but I think it's safe to kind of say that Tesla wouldn't be where it was without Elon, and it wouldn't be there if he didn't invest. And so there's a lot to say there. The fourth thing is price manipulation. Now, this is one that Elon has moved the markets, and I think this has caused the major anonymous video to happen. Elon Musk tweets that Tesla is no longer accepting Bitcoin, and this is where the things start rocking. Things start falling hard. So right now we are down around 30% from the time that Elon made that tweet. He's definitely affecting the markets. The question is it malevolent, right? Is he doing it on purpose to kind of buy the dip? It's hard to find any proof of that. I haven't been able to find that. However, he is definitely affecting the markets, and Bitcoin hodlers are pissed. But the thing is, he's affecting the market in his tweets, but you got to realize it's not him driving the price down, it's people panicking because of his tweet. So those people have got to have those diamond hands if they believe in the long term and have that conviction in Bitcoin price. But then there's not just Bitcoin, right? There's that Dogecoin. There's Elon tweeting about Dogecoin and spiking the price. And he does have Dogecoin. So he might be actually one of the biggest holders of Dogecoin. We don't know for sure. There is one account that owns billions in Dogecoin and a huge percentage of the overall Dogecoin. And they happen to keep leaving hints as if it's Elon by sending transactions that have Elon's birthday in the numeric numbers, in the numerals, in the numbers, in the numerics, one of those of each transaction. We don't know for sure, but he's 100% manipulating the stock price. The question is he doing it out of selfishness? Is he benefiting? Elon has tweeted some weird stuff. He's tweeted, Tesla stock is too high, and he's lost tens of billions of dollars in one tweet. So does he do that on purpose? Does he have a master plan? I'll leave it up to you guys to kind of think. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is he master planning every single tweet does he do? Or does he just think it's funny to tweet a spray with a rocket emoji and then to the moon? Let me know what you think, the squirt rocket to the moon, or is he doing that just for fun? The thing is, though, right now there's no real regulation with crypto in terms of like pump and dump. I do think there's going to be a major crackdown, but right now there's no real like price manipulation regulation. The exchanges that you can buy and sell have some rules that they can kind of enforce. But overall, there's no overall market because it's all decentralized. So what's going to happen with governmental? Are they going to step in and say, look, you have totally price manipulated the heck out of this, and we can see you pumped it here and we can see you dumped it there. That is going to be interesting as things become more and more transparent. But right now, we don't know what's going on. What we do know is that there is a short interest in Tesla. And short interest essentially means people are betting against Tesla. So there's $23 billion in short interest, meaning $23 billion of shares essentially are in short. And so if the stock goes down, those people will benefit. And Tesla's always been a very shorted company. And so when we look at articles, you want to make sure you think about what are the reasons behind them. And to me, it looks like maybe a lot of people got hurt with Elon and Bitcoin and maybe Dogecoin, buying at the tops, saying it's going to the moon, getting hurt. And maybe that's where a lot of the pain comes from. So if that's you, I'm sorry that happened to you. Please try to maybe reevaluate some of your investing strategies if one person's tweet can just totally decimate your portfolio and cause real financial ruin there. But please remember that everyone probably has an incentive. I started this off super biased, and I'm sorry about kind of reporting in a biased way in the beginning of some of those other videos. But thanks so much for watching, for being here. Let me know. Your opinion is up to you. Always invest intelligently, invest without emotion, and realize time is on your side. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think is up with Elon. Is he fully manipulating the price for his gain, or is he just messing around and just tweeting? I'll catch you later, and I'll see you soon.